Just bugging.
All you bug lovers out there, this is G-Man, just bugging. I'm gonna get back to the 1974 Orange Beetle. This is the motor that we had to make the repair on the broken off stud for the motor on the back, which was this one. And I've already painted the jugs black, and I let it sit for a day or so that I can mask the jugs out of the equation. And today I'm going to paint the heads and the casing silver, or cast aluminum should I say. Alright, so I'm going to get to the masking part and we'll go through that and shoot this cast silver. So once it's dry, I can put this motor back together and move on to other steps in the restoration of the 74. I got two jugs masked up. That. Flip it over and do the oil drain plug cover doohickey. I like to have that black. Everything stands out, you know, looks good. I've got everything masked up. Time to put some cast aluminum 500 degree engine enamel and ceramic paint on the motor. That's it for the cast aluminum. I'm gonna let that dry, kind of reposition it a little bit. I got my little space heater out here, help speed it along, bake it on there. And I'll let that dry and pull the masking off, touch up whatever, you know, tape pulls up sometimes on it, and start assembling it tomorrow probably. Right. Look how sweet that's looking. Kind of sped the process up with my space heater. And I can go around. I like it. It's looking nice. Yes, it is. Alright, I'm gonna take all the plugs out of every hole for the pushrod tubes. So I'm gonna install those, and I'll show you how I do them. Everyone says the adjustable ones leak. Well, I'm going to show you how I do them and they don't leak. I like to take a little bit, it's good, 220. Might be a little harsh for you all think, but nah. I just want a little bit of 220 to get any of this paint off on the surface, and I'll come back and clean it off. I got all my stuff in order, at least I thought I did. It is the second time that I've opened one of these kits up, and I'm missing one of my grommets, see? It's 15, not 16. And luckily, I have one of the clear silicone ones left, because if we didn't, we'd have a problem. So, better than nothing. That'll work, but watch out for that. I mean, there's not much you can do about it when you mail order it. Alright, and I use some Loctite clear silicone. I use a little marker, and I'll get these open. I like them, they're pretty. I know, everybody says they leak, whatever. Just gotta think about it. I know they don't come with instructions, but you can look at it and see where the failure is. I got everything set up. I didn't want to waste all the time doing what I'm going to do here. They're going to come packaged like this. Flip around, you got to get all these nuts off. And to get to that O-ring, because that's not where it goes. Now, I'm sure everyone's got different ways to use them, and I have so many people have told me, don't use these, they leak. Well, they do it a certain way where it won't leak. Well, I like to look at these. See that one? A little beveled better. There's one side that's beveled more, so make sure you get that side facing outward. Line this baby all the way back up there, it's pretty close, and don't put the O-ring on just yet. It's in it right now. And then I take my grommets, grommet on the end, and grommet on the other end. Then you definitely want to put them in there right. Then that goes on this side. Pull it out like that. get it fully extended, take you a marker, mark it right there, so you know that's about how far that you're going to extend it. Pull back down, take your O-ring, go ahead and slide that bad boy up on there. Make you some clear silicone, I like the Loctite myself. Use what you want. And I put this around here, and I do it below my line. So I don't make a mess out of the outside of the push rod chair. Good little amount, because I want it to push itself up on inside the tube. Then take your tube, put it right together, close it up, extend it out, and see now, so that's why you don't want to put the silicone on first and then your O-ring, because then you just make a mess out of it, but you're going to roll over enough of it to help the O-ring out too, to seal. And then you got that beveled into the nut. Of course, if you put it on that side, I'm sure your push rod tubes are going to leak. They don't do it for me. And then your threads are going to get some on it, which is a good thing. Taking that bad boy down a little bit. Watch your O-ring that it doesn't push it out. Get it too tight, but you don't want it to be loose. Just look at your grommets, make sure they're going in there nicely. And I like to see if I can spin it. It's almost not there. Oh, that's good for me right there. Lock that bad boy down. It'll stop when it locks. Alright. See? Can't turn it. They're seated nicely, and you just repeat as you go. And then when you push, I'm gonna clean up my push rods, blow them out, put a little oil on the ends of them, throw them in there to rock your arms on, and give it a valve adjustment. So I'm gonna carry on with this. You understand it. No need to show you every single one. As you can see, I got all the push rod tubes on, and they look sharp and no mess, and I guarantee you they're not going to leak from there. And of course they're not going to leak on the other ends. So if you like them and you want to refresh your motor, that's the best way to go. I don't like the nylon ones. Alright, another thing I want to mention, because it is a good time now to retorque your heads. But be careful. Don't try searching for it. I mean, you might pull a rod out, a stud out, so let's see, 25 foot-pounds. Yep, there we go, that's number one. Number two, there we go. Whew. Always makes you feel a little nervous. Three, there we go. That's what I want to see. Maybe four. There we go. Alright, that was four. Let's go to five. That's right here. Alright, that's good. And we'll go to six. Six is right here. That's the nut moving. Yeah, they need to tighten. There we go. That's it right there. That was six. And we'll go to seven. Yep. We'll go to eight. And right there. Yep. That's just the nut moving. That's it right there. Cool. Done with that one. Yes, and I know I'm not putting gaskets in it. Alright now. Alright, that's one side. Let's get one over to the other. Going backwards. First time. Alright. There's one. Oh, it's already there. And two. Come on, baby. Wow. There we go, 25. That's two. Three. Got three. Four. Got four. Five. Got five. Six. Oh, six and loose. 6. 7. 7's good. And 8. Yep. Alright. That's nice. There we go. So wait. I think I still have a few things to detail. But I think I put the distributor and maybe a few other items on there. I had to blow out a soak, put degreaser inside the oil cooler and cleaned it out and let it sit, so I gotta blow that out. So ran into a few problems. See, these Chinese tins, there's always going to be some issues where you're going to have to file it, trim it, whatever, and it's not much you got to do it really careful, I mean, with the chrome ones. And as you see, it's hanging over here where the exhaust gets hooked up, so I'm going to have to deal with that carefully to don't damage the tins. And I've got some parts that I've got to prep. I sandblasted these, and this is for another. That's for the trike, and get the intake all cleaned up. I mean, sandblasted, and the hinges for when I was working on the firewall. Then I got to do something with this alternator, make it look nicer, paint it up a little bit. You can see somebody had a bigger carburetor on this and had to grind it some so it'll clear there. You see that a lot. Alright, I'm multitasking today. These cheap Chinese tins really don't line up properly. This one, as you recall, I was showing you how much it came over the port. Now I have a very little left to deal with right there. I ended up trimming it right here along here, and it ended up fitting better. But then disregard the color here that got mixed up with some other tins, and so this one's going to get repainted orange. But as you can see, when it comes up where it's supposed to be in here, hold on, got it backwards. This one's on for the other side. Alright, forget which side I'm on. And this one fits right there. And when you pull it down, the holes don't line up, as you can see. So I'm going to drill a hole there and a hole there. And then this should be fine. I still have to check where these are going to lay up on the front. And back to the yellow tin. Of course, it's going to get painted. I'll show you one problem I see first. See this tin, how that right there for a bolt, that hole, it barely wants to get in there. And if you look at the original one, you see they're in a different spot. They're not even anywhere near where they need to be. And if you look, when you put the tin on, the original one, it fits on there nicely. I mean, no problems. Well, right there, see, it lines up right there, and it's clearly way away from where the transmission mounts. So I'm going to probably, let's see, when it goes in here, you gotta finagle it in there, and then it fits. I mean, it's clearing the port there, but it's a little bent outward. It's clearing the port there. And then with this underneath here, see, the holes don't line up right there. So I really don't need that there. So I'm going to trim that off. I'm going to drill a hole there. And of course, paint this correct color orange. It happens, especially when you're doing multiple motors. But So I'll trim this off, and as you can see out here, I've got all the parts out here that I needed to finish detailing and painting. And then I've got to clean up this alternator and clean up this and put some new foam on it so it doesn't rattle and wear a hole into your oil cooler, and put the new grommets, the 2 inside here and the 2 there, and then mount that on the motor. So that's what I got planned today. Try to get this motor put together, get all these modifications made to the tins, and then we're done with the motor and get on and paint that rear apron repairs made in the firewall, and put the insulation up in it, and install this motor and carry on to the other projects or repairs that need to be made to the 74 Super Beetle. So this is an ongoing project. Well, I like how the rear tin fits. Won't be bad at all. They all line up, so this will come over and this will come over, and that hole lines up and that one hole lines up, so that's gonna look nice. So as you see, I got the pulley up on here, and I got this chrome bolt. I put a little bit of, just a little tad of blue Loctite in there. That should do that. I like how my tins are fitting now. I guess I'm going to get on to painting the parts that I need to put on the top and get that alternator installed onto the fan housing. While I let the paint dry on some of my parts, the intake parts and everything, I am going to remove the spark plugs and replace them with new ones, pre-gapped. And before I do that, I am going to spray on low, spray some glue on here. I'm going to put some foam on it. That'll work. Give it a little bit to tack up. About 2 or 3 minutes. I'll lay that right there. Thing was running rich. Because every single one I've seen come in here had intake leaks of some sort. I've got this aftermarket oil fill and breather tube, and it was hitting this. This was too far out, so I took the bench grinder and grinded it down to where now it's not hitting there and it clears there. And I stuck an O-ring on this. There wasn't one on it, and I made this paint tool work as I guess like a spanner wrench, so I can tighten this down. Let's see here, see how this is going to work out. Maybe let me put it on the tool first. Look at there. It's going to show. Gonna have to have some coordination here. Come on, baby. Don't let me down. There we go. Got some threadage going there. Alright. I think I'll leave it just a little loose so I can move this around a little bit. Let's see if this is going to fit. I hate these aftermarket pieces. Let's see. Yeah, I've still got an issue there with that. That needs to be ground off even more. I don't even know what it's there for. It really serves no purpose. So let's get that bad boy out of the way. Alright. See what we've got now. Let's see what we got now. Look at there. That will fit. It's tightened down a little bit more. Let's take a little bit more back off of it and we will be set. Alright. Now we can finally mount that. And of course, that goes on like that because it's splashing this way and you don't want it to splash up there and it drains back in. So get your gaskets here. Let me put some rubber gloves on, and I'll use some copper, spray a gasket. Put this down just a tad. I'm trying not to make a mess. Come on, gorilla fingers, don't let me down. I know you're a little cold. You can do it.
You can do it. You can do it. You can be the greatest. Do it. Go for it.
Finally. Let's get this bad boy together today. Alright, another modification. Got to deal with the exhaust with a poor fit, which is not uncommon. You know, if you look in the reviews, people have issues with them. Some are more severe than others, and they have to send them back and get another one. But this is the hole right here. I put a little yellow paint there to show me where. And I noticed that the other side is really right up against on the outer edge. So I'm willing to believe if I take a little off one side and a little off the other, just kind of move over a little bit, and I won't have to take so much off here. So let's give that a try. So I don't want it to get too close to the center. Now see where I was hanging. I pull this. Alright, yeah, I think I got it now. That'll work. What I really need to do is get me a stud in there. And I think I know where I'm going to get one. This stud on the side that's for that thermostat for your heat goes in between the jugs. That right there I've been meaning to remove, because of course we don't use it. And maybe that will be a long enough stud. Now I got it. Look at there. Sweet. That will work. You know what? Boy, I'm not much for the chrome stuff, but that does look sharp. Yes, it does. This is going to be a mighty fine one. I mean, with the orange surrounding the chrome, and then the orange squirrel fan cage on it, whatever you want to call it. Boy, and the orange wrapped around the bottom of the cylinders, the orange front tin, whatever you want to call it. Go get my J-pipes off the wall hanging up back there. Yeah, buddy. This motor's going to look nice. I got my J-pipe on here, and you see there the gasket is. You put it like this. You have to put this on first, and then there's your donut. I've already got my gasket on the sauce port. Slide that bad boy in there. Get your nuts. And grab these. That's my word for the day. Bad boy. It's gonna be a bad boy motor. It's got some life in it, and I have some fun with it. 130 compression across the board, so there's still some life in the motor. Not hot rodding. Weekend cruise. Little persuasion with these sometimes. I want to make sure that it all sits inside the clamp, especially that little metal ring there. And I think, see? Right there. The ring is in there too. Of course, I'm going to tighten those down first. I'm just setting these up. Oh man, see how that's freaking like it is? Chinese mufflers. It will work. Just got to make sure you get that all in there. This one's going to need a little persuasion. Sweet. Look at that bad boy. All right, let's take my gasket off of, my tape off of here, so I can, the gasket's on, and put my tins back, and we'll get ready to install the intake. Now, because of these slight little imperfections in between the dual ports, I'm going to use paper instead of the metal ones. Make sure we get a fit here. That looks nice. I want to go on that side. That looks nice. Come on, gorilla fingers. There we go. Alright, there she is. Let's put these bad boys on. Go ahead and set that there. Looking good. Boots are looking nice. Well, on that, it's looking nice. We're done with the intake, and I'm ready for the fan alternator assembly to go back together. Another chrome piece here. Didn't know I was going to have, so I had painted the other one. I mean, the chrome looks great, but I just think it's a big hassle having to polish it all the time. Last car I took apart didn't even have any thin nuts on it. It was just sandwiched in there with the fan. Of course, I put some nuts on there. See how that comes out. Right, now look at that. It fits nice. I had to take my screwdriver and make sure the chrome came on the outside of the squirrel cage. Wish it felt a little tighter, fit a little tighter right there. And I got my washers and my bolts sitting there where they should be. And it's inside the chrome there. And it's inside the chrome here. And my washer's on the outside of the chrome tin. That really looks sharp. Man, nice, nice. Alright, and see my fan spins nicely. So, when I tighten it up, I think this side looks like I could go down a little bit more, but our alternator's on there, so that's where it's going to be. I like it. It's quiet. It's not near the back. This is looking sweet. Ready for some more parts to put on. I'm shining up the pulley for the alternator. Get it while you can. That's what I do. Go the extra mile. Alright, now I need my woodruff key. Alright. Ground screw. There we go. A little wiggle on that woodruff key, but after it's all on there, I'm sure it'll be alright. I need my shims. There we go. I don't think I've done that before with absolutely no shims. Hopefully it's gonna have to be tighter. No, it's fine enough now. Might just be a worn out belt. I want to replace that belt, but we'll see. That's not the big concern right now. Let's see how these other tins look on it.
Hey guys, it's Dalton. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If so, subscribe down below, leave a comment, leave a like, and have a just buggin' of a day. Stay tuned for part 2, and thanks for watching.